The Tvwan News is proudly brought to you by
BSP, our bank, our people.
Hello and thanks for joining us. This is TV1 News. In this edition, Dr. Kambane commissioned Kutubu project safe from threat and more tours for junior AFL. The government has planned for a restructure of state-owned enterprises to ensure they operate efficiently and contribute to economic growth and service delivery. Prime Minister James Moroa highlighted partial privatization as a key strategy to enhance management and improve performance.
Prime Minister James Moroa has admitted that the operational environment for SOEs has changed significantly since 1975, and it is no longer sustainable for the government to run these entities in the same way. Therefore, he says the government planned to restructure key SOEs, focusing on introducing private sector expertise while maintaining government oversight. To improve management and financial stability, he says the government is moving towards a 51% to 49% public-private partnership model where the government retains majority ownership while private investors take control of management and operations. The Prime Minister further invited both local and international investors to express interest in partnering with SOEs, particularly in sectors such as electricity and telecommunications. Addressing concerns over PNG Power's inefficiency and unreliable electricity supply, Moroa emphasized that private sector involvement is necessary to stabilize and improve service delivery. Freddie Mo, TV1 News.
President of PNG Law Society Hubert Namani says Papua New Guinea's electoral process must be fixed before the 2027 national general elections. Namani said this during the 2025 legal year opening for the NCD recently.
Learning with serious concern that the 2022 Electoral Boundaries Commission maps created inconsistencies, leaving some areas without proper representation while others overlap. This is a blunder that must be called and not be ignored. A glaring example of our systematic failure is the deeply flawed electoral process, which undermines democracy at its core. According to Namani, if the electoral process is not fixed, Papua New Guinea is at a bigger risk for instability in 2027, and judging from the January 10th event, it might be worse. Widespread irregularities, violence, and compromise integrity have eroded public trust, making urgent electoral reforms essential to restore faith in our democratic institutions and governance. He said the legitimacy of any government depends on free and fair elections, yet we continue to operate under a broken system. Namani said the best gift the government can give to our people as we look to the next 50 years and beyond is a reformed electoral process, a system that ensures every citizen's vote counts, that is free from violence and fraud, and that restores faith in our democracy. Tracy Pa, TV1 News.
The National Volunteer Service Council Board has sworn in for a new term for members today. At the event, newly sworn-in Chairman David Wissink highlighted the efforts being made to increase the number of volunteers within the service with proper coordination and collaboration.
Newly sworn-in chairman of the National Volunteer Service Council Board, David Wissink, today highlighted the efforts being made to increase the number of volunteers within the service with proper coordination and collaboration. He says the NVS cannot afford to stay static.
There's things we can do to do a better job of serving others, and that's what we want to do. We also have an opportunity to create more opportunities for Papua New Guineans to serve. Right? You know, the minister set a very ambitious goal, a target. He said, I'd like to see 10,000 volunteers. First couple of months of our acting executive director being in place, along with the secretary for provincial local government affairs, pretty well came up with a way to get 7,000 of them. Right? So there are ways to do this very, very quickly. Provide opportunities for people to serve, also provide the badly needed information that we all need as a country to grow.
Wissink emphasized the need for more volunteers in the districts and provinces. Meantime, Acting Executive Director Jerry David, in echoing Wissink's message, highlights a greater need for the review of the NVS Act of 1990.
It's achieved many of its policies, done many, and yet to do. Like many other agencies, government agencies, NVS has gone through a lot of challenges as well. And we are dreaming, we have the vision, but we are also going to encounter a lot of challenges. And we need our board, we need our council.
Meanwhile, the NVS is into its 25th year of operations since established. It has for half of the country's lifetime promoted, encouraged and instilled principles and values of volunteerism among skilled and professional Papua New Guineans placed in the most rural parts of the country. Mary Silla Kelaton, TV1 News.
A faction of landowners from PDL2 or Kutubu, led by spokesperson Mark Sakai, has dismissed claims by another landowner faction who yesterday threatened to shut down the project after 14 days if the government does not respond to their petition to revoke the ministerial determination made in 2022. Sakai says the Kutubu project is in safe hands and called on police to investigate these threats and apply necessary laws to arrest those threatening to shut down the project.
Representatives of Foi and Namo Aporo Landowners Associations issued threats yesterday to shut down the Kutubu oil project if the government does not revoke the ministerial determination of 2022, which saw a change in the sharing of benefits.
This is ministerial determination. You go now, you cut in block case now, you cut in block oil towards a kegelo, you make him 30, 70, 20, 80. One empower department now, you minister you got. Mino kamlo ground blow you lo again or chimbu or one map you department or what beg na cut him no. You do no right lo kamlo ground blow na cut him one sending and rightfully for the people.
This prompted the other faction of landowners led by Mark Sakai, who gave assurance to project developers Santos and ExxonMobil that their projects were in safe hands.
And they don't have the mandate from the KENS to issue threats to the state and issue threats to stop the project. They should be arrested and charged in false pretense under the Domestic Terrorism Act.
Sakai says the ministerial determination identified true landowners of Kutubu, and if anyone has an issue with this, should go to the court and not issue threats.
The determination has been gazetted, and if any aggrieved parties wish to challenge, it's within the 28 days. And they've exercised their rights for FASO and FOI. And South Manila, no one has ever challenged it, so it stands.
The essential facilities of the Kutubu project sits on land owned by the Fasu people with boundaries clearly identified, and FOI representative Nomen Bahabi says FOI people should not issue threat as not one single facility sits on their land.
Now for the FOIs, whoever is beating drums and kudus up there and telling everybody that we will close the project. You are lying, because we don't have facilities like these brothers. We are just inside the block. I can't close the project because I'm just inside the block.
Meantime, the group says this is an internal matter and they should all return to the district and start conducting ILG registrations as directed by the court, where impacted landowners will be identified from those who are not impacted by the project. He also clarified that the proper land boundaries and legitimate impacted landowners have now been identified through the Ministerial Determination of 2022 and called on the Petroleum Minister to implement this Ministerial Determination at the earliest. Ruth Rungula, TV1 News.
Petroleum Minister Jimmy Maladina has addressed concerns surrounding the ministerial determination for the Kutubu petroleum project this afternoon. He emphasized the government's commitment to ensuring that the project aligns with national interests while adhering to all legal and environmental standards. Maladina called on all landowners involved to stay calm and allow the government to look for ways to resolve this issue. He further explained that the ministerial determination serves as a guiding framework for the project, ensuring that it proceeds in a sustainable and responsible manner. He added that by next Monday, the government will be making the announcement on this stand.
Of the Kutubu project and the PDL installation and all the operations there. But deal with the government. I will start engaging with them again this week forward and next week, and I will announce how the government will determine forward to find a final resolution and a peaceful resolution to this issue that the landowners are complaining about.
Dr. Thaddeus Kambane is Papua New Guinea's High Commissioner to China. Commissioned today on behalf of the state by Foreign Affairs Minister Justin Kichenko, Dr. Kambane says he will work towards building better people-to-people and business-to-business relationships for PNG with China.
Foreign Affairs Minister Justin Kichenko today charged a newly commissioned PNG High Commissioner to China, Dr. Thaddeus Kambane, to ensure the relationship with China grows ever strong and vibrant.
Relations Ambassador, as your Minister, I look forward in working with you directly and bigger and better than it's been before. And now that we'll have boots on the ground and your capacity with your wife and family there, it'll make it much more easier to get things done. And it will, I'm sure, bring the relationship to another level now that we have a permanent ambassador in China.
Dr. Kambane was sworn in as High Commissioner in the presence of Foreign Affairs staff and his wife Nicole and their family. Dr. Kambane says he will work towards building better people-to-people and business-to-business relationships for Papua New Guinea with China.
I will do my utmost best to the best of my ability to serving our nation with distinction. It's absolutely critical that we improve our branding and performance of Kundu Beijing by ensuring our mission is fully staffed with the arrival of the new head of mission end of this month. Since my appointment by the Rosa Marabe government on the 14th of August 2024, we have now fully staffed, with the exception of the Deputy Ambassador to be appointed, hopefully in the first quarter of this year.
Meantime, Dr. Kambane says the national government's confidence in appointing him to this role is humbling and motivating. The post of High Commissioner of Papua New Guinea to China has been vacant for the last 5 years. Dr. Kambane takes this as a great honor and privilege to be appointed in his capacity to represent the nation. Maricela Kellerton, TV1 News.
This is TV1 News. Among stories after the break, Siamilili condemns online attacks and rigorized farmers trained.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSP Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase EasyPay units wherever you are. Visit your BSP branch today to register now for BSP Mobile Banking. BSP Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSP, our bank, our people.
Hiya, Mama. You wait then, but me add him special flavor.
Put in more flavor, put in more taste. Magical cuddle, get up and big smile on face. Time for Kim chicken, a great Kutubu. Sip, sip, the moo, yes, magic on you.
Maggi, the taste PNG loves.
Meet the bank for everyone, everywhere. As People's Microbank, we were proud to be a bank for the people. Now as National Banking Corporation, we are bringing modern banking to all in Papua New Guinea. With more branches and our friendly staff ready to assist you in more places, we are making money matters simple and fair. So wherever you are, however you say it, say hello better banking. Learn more at nbcpng.com.pg.
Cold Pal Lemon is tough on stains and gentle on clothes. Cold Pal Lemon has a great lemon fragrance which brightens your clothes and gives that extra freshness that lasts all day long. Cold Pal Lemon, tough on stains, gentle on clothes with extra freshness.
That is so far up your street, I can see that from your lounge.
What about getting something that looks just like this, but haven't made an alloy?
What a great way to waste £5,000.
The boys don't always sing from the same hymn sheet.
We're going to do it sand beige.
Just because you're dressed like you live in a retirement home doesn't mean we have to paint the car beige.
But in the end...
See, that looks ace.
Oh, I hate it when he's right.
They're always in perfect harmony.
Tally ho!
Salvage Hunters Classic Cars starts Friday, February 21 on Turbo.
Welcome back. Geogas PNG launched the liquefied petroleum gas or LPG mini terminals in Port Moresby recently. This innovative facility aims to enhance the accessibility and affordability of LPG for households and businesses throughout the region. Geogas PNG is committed to rolling out LPG mini terminals throughout the country this year to provide LPG access to Papua New Guineans. The mini terminals will allow customers to refill their gas cylinders based on what they have. This service aims to alleviate financial burdens on consumers while promoting sustainable energy solutions. The delay of Motu Koita Assembly elections since 2019 has caused many issues in the Motu Koita villages, leaving many locals frustrated. One issue needs addressing is the election of a representative for the Pari Tautoa.
As petitioners from Motu Koita villages ramped up about the delay of the Motu Koita Assembly elections on Monday, one intending candidate addressed the empty Pari Tauwata electorate seat that was left vacant since 2022. Pari Tauwata councillor Gaudi Frank resigned as councillor and the people are still in question regarding the electoral funds. According to a 2022 post on the MKA Facebook page, Frank resigned from his post for personal reasons. MKA advised that the Paritawata electorate will be managed under MKA Chairman's office until further advice from Office of the Minister for Intergovernment Relations and Electoral Commission Office. Intending candidate Tau Nao stressed that the former council, who left his post as councillor, is now allegedly working with MKA.
My people of Paritawata is still waiting. When will be the by-election or when will be the Motukoita election as gazetted by the national government?
Now the people of Paritawata are anxiously waiting for electing a council. This is yet to take place due to the delay of the MKA elections. Jasmine Rajak, TV1 News.
Bougainville Regional Member and Police Minister Peter Siamalili has condemned derogatory social media comments targeting Miss PNG May Hasola. Siamalili, who is also Hasola's uncle, says the attacks are unacceptable and has urged Bougainvillians to refrain from spreading negativity online. He emphasized that Hasola's achievement is a source of pride, especially for young women in Bougainville, and should be celebrated. The minister assured that authorities will act under cyber laws and called for unity and respect as Bougainvillians rally behind the Miss PNG. A collaboration between the Walk the Talk Association, the National Agriculture Research Institute of PNG, and the Taiwan Technical Mission collaborated to train local rice farmers in the Rigo district of Central Province. This is an initiative to benefit farmers and increase rice planting for a decrease in importation of rice.
Rice is a staple food in the country. However, most rice consumed are imported. A new association called Walk the Talk is working together with NARI and the Taiwan Technical Mission to train local farmers to plant rice. This rice specifically is from the Rigo district and Taiwan, which is said to be the tastiest rice in the world.
15 rice farmers are participating in a 3-day training which began today and will cover all the necessary elements in growing and producing rice from land preparation to post-harvest operations.
We will start the farmland selection, development to the nursery, then transplanting, then to grow the rice in their homeland. So the training will take 3 days, but we hope they could come monthly to follow up the growth of the rice.
President for Walk the Talk Association, Vera Raga, emphasized the importance of bringing revenue back to the country, reducing importation, global food security, and alleviating poverty.
Import bill for rice is 1 billion kina. Rice is a staple diet, yet we import it, unfortunately. And so the government's medium-term development plan ambitions are to ensure there is import substitution, and this is the start. We have to start at the base level, rather than having so many desktop presentations and planning after planning after planning. We are pragmatic, and we just want to, and that is why we call it Walk the Talk Hours.
This initiative is for free, and rice farmers will be certified and progress into training other farmers to grow rice in the district.
The hope is we train trainers here, we get them back. If we get one from here, we're going to train hundreds out there. That's the idea. So it has a multiplying effect.
Raga is encouraging for more awareness in rice farming due to the potential it can bring into the country. Jasmine Rajak, TV1 News.
Meanwhile, President for Walk the Talk Association, Vera Raga, shares it was an overwhelming experience seeing interested applicants. However, only 15 interested farmers could attend due to space. He said this will be a long-term initiative and plans to branch out to more Rigo farmers and other districts as well in the near future.
For our focus is Rigo, And if other districts are interested, fine. Everything takes resourcing and logistics, so on a user pay basis, we can extend our services. But for now, it's for Rigo people, and we start somewhere. There's always a pilot phase to everything, so hopefully if we do get it right, then we can partner with other districts as well.
And now the finance news. The Kina closed lower at 0.2490 US dollars in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, our Kina was buying 0.2415 US dollars, 0.3822 Australian dollars, 0.2271 euro and 36.38 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York close, gold, coffee, palm oil and crude oil closed higher, cocoa and copper closed lower, and copper closed the day unchanged. And on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed higher, ASX closed higher, and all ordinaries closed higher as well. TV1 News continues after the break. Stay with us.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSB Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase easy paid units wherever you are. Visit your BSB branch today to register now for BSB Mobile Banking. BSB Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSB, our bank, our people.
A true champion is measured by their courage, their determination, and their passion to never give up and to always keep trying. With a delicious Milo in milk taste and added nutrients, Milo in milk is a great way to fuel our little champions with nourishing energy every day. Because true champions give it their all.
Milo, P&G and Mia. Buying P&G made.
Hey P&G, guess what?
What?
You can save up to 34% on Digicel TV plans when you pay with Cell Money.
Nice, yeah.
And now, just visit a Cell Money agent or Digicel store to deposit money into your Cell Money wallet. Then dial *888# to buy your prepaid TV plan from your Cell Money wallet, or use the Cell Money app and boom, save up to 34%. Now you can enjoy more entertainment for less, only with Cell Money, a product of Digicel.
Daniela, why no la kaya rin mo sa drive up so ito pa can pass round.
How dare you!
Digicel's TV's 80 channel plus 5 Filipino plan keeps you entertained with 80 channels of world-class entertainment plus 5 Filipino channels for you to follow more of your favorite Filipino drama non-stop. That's right, you'll always keep up with your favorite Filipino dramas.
It's game over for you.
When is she going to stop making up stories? Margaret, that's enough.
This is my only chance to get my daughter back.
What are you talking about, Pina?
Gael.
Subscribe to a 80 channel plus 5 Filipino Digicel prepaid pack, 1, 7, 14 or 30-day plan, and enjoy 80 channel of world-class entertainment plus 5 channels of Filipino dramas. Dial *515# to subscribe now. Digicel TV. More channels, more choice, more value.
My name is Uzochukwu.
His father was the richest man in our village.
We are going. I wanted to ask you the address of that brother.
You are interested in working in my factory?
Yes.
Haven't I warned you not to wear this nonsense to my factory?
That man does not look at me. All he says is ha.
What's going on here?
Thanks for staying with us. Prudent school management is important if an institution is to progress. Member for Lay and Deputy Prime Minister John Rosso outlined this when opening a new 18-1 classroom for Bugandi Secondary School on Monday, 10th February.
Member for Lay and Deputy Prime Minister John Rosso
has always emphasized on prudent management and what can be achieved if leaders are transparent and accountable in their dealings. Education institutions are no different, with Rosso outlining that the appointment of a good principal was the first step in restoring one of Lae's oldest schools, the Bugandi Secondary School. Bugandi, from being a top school, dropped in academic performance, had badly deteriorated classrooms, which were built in the 60s, no stationery, no electricity, and no water supply due to unpaid bills. Students were in half uniforms and were always involved in school fights. Things started turning around in 2022 when Rosso visited the school and decided to change Bugandi's administration.
And the next step was to look for a good principal, because the essence of everything you do, everyone gives credit to someone like me, but someone like me gets the ideas, but you need people behind the scenes to make it run and happen. It's a whole cycle of management. So I went and I visited Christopher Raymond in LASEC. I'm an ex-LASEC student. I went to LASEC a long time ago. And I sat down with Christopher Raymond, and then I sat down with Dennis Miles, your current principal. And I said, we really need a good manager at Bugandi, not just a principal, a manager to motivate people, to make sure everything runs well. I'll put money into it, but who's going to run it for me?
Rosso and Lae Secondary's principal managed to convince Mayol, who was then transferred to Bugandi to start restoration efforts.
And I looked at the teachers and I felt really sorry for the teachers. They were struggling to teach students with very little support. And basically the school was in a bad shape. Financial mismanagement was not running properly. So having Dennis appointed was one first step. Then having a school board made up of good citizens to help the principal and the staff run it. And then having a good staff with their morale being boosted to help teach the children. And most importantly, making certain that the students were proud of coming to this school.
Because of good management, the Lae City Authority funded Bugandi's grade 12 8-in-1 classroom last year, and this year they opened another new 8-in-1 classroom for the grade 11 students. Every grade will have a new classroom building with plans to build ablution facilities and a basketball court for Bugandi as well. Kamela Guare, TV1 News, Lae.
The CPL Foundation has reaffirmed its commitment to early childhood literacy by donating over 103,000 kina to Bukbilong Pikinini's Tatana Library Learning Center. The funding support will ensure continuity of the center's operation. As CPL Foundation continues its commitment to literacy, the students can now look forward to another year of learning, growth, and opportunity. The CPL Foundation has once again demonstrated its commitment to early childhood education, presenting a check worth over 103,000 kina. A check worth over 103,000 kina to Bukbilong Pikinini's Tatana Library Learning Center today. The funding ensures the center's operations for another year, continuing a 12-year partnership dedicated to literacy and learning. The sounds of young voices reading fill the air at Tatana Library Learning Center. This morning, Bukbilong Pikinini's Executive Officer Lian Reson highlighted the long-standing support from the CPL Foundation. Teachers and former students shared testimonials about how the program has shaped their educational journeys.
We also provide that library service to the children in the communities, the students who go to other schools and have time in the afternoon to come by. The library is also here for you to support your learning.
The highlight of the event was the presentation of the check by CPL Foundation Chairman Sir Mahesh Patel, ensuring the center remains fully operational throughout 2025.
Despite the difficulties, we will still keep supporting this, and we made another 3-year commitment to go forward, and I think, you know, in 10 years' time I'd like to be standing here and looking at and quoting thousands of children who have come through here. We've had 600 children so far in the last 10 years and hundreds more in the after school and primary school, and the teachers and parents come through. So I really encourage the parents to make sure that they send the children up here.
The funds will cover teacher salaries, classroom materials, special events, teacher training and library upkeep. Over the years, the centre has consistently shown exponential improvements in children's literacy, phonics and numeracy skills. Teachers say the impact goes beyond the classroom, fostering confidence and curiosity in young learners. After the check presentation, guests were taken on a tour of the classroom setup, where they saw firsthand the impact of CPL Foundation's contributions.
Before I could go up to primary, I learned how to read, write, and speak English in Book Bilang Pikinini.
I was a former student of Tatana Book Bilang Pikinini. I started schooling in 2015 as an observer. In 2016, I became a student. My career, I did well, and in 2017, I went up to Tatana Primary School.
Looking ahead, CPL Foundation has planned 5 key engagements with Tatana LLC this year, including a student wellness check, Literacy Week, Teachers' Day celebrations, and the annual graduation in December. Sir Mahesh Patel expressed inspiration from today's event and emphasized the importance of making education accessible to the children in Tatana. He outlined a vision for developing infrastructure projects that will provide lasting benefits for the community's youth.
So the pressure has to come to say it's our given right. As a Papua New Guinean, it's our birthright to be educated. We're filling the gap, we're doing our part. As I said, you know, it was a big decision for us because after the January 10th event, which I don't want to keep going on about, funds were limited, and it still is very limited. But to deprive these children, we'll have to find the, you know, it's just not right. So we'll have to find, beg, borrow and steal from other departments, cutting back into our budgets to say this must go on, because we can't, you know, 15, 20, after I've gone, this thing will still be a...
To overseas news, Sydney and large parts of the state have been hit by wild weather, with heavy rain causing chaos. Around 80 millimeters fell in just an hour, prompting warnings for residents to stay indoors. The SES has urged caution after conducting dozens of flood rescues.
An iconic skyline lost in the clouds, and roads transformed into waterfalls.
It pissed down. It was crazy.
It was like a classic sort of Sydney storm that comes through.
And it did come through, packing 80 millimetres of rain in just 1 hour.
And that, for us, produced around 21 to 23 flood rescues. Out of that, we've also got around about 300 jobs across Sydney, which are all storm-related.
Across New South Wales, the SES received more than 550 calls for help. Several vehicles were stuck in floodwaters, but no one was injured.
Drivers don't heed our message, which is do not drive through flooded waters. And our modern-day cars are all electrified in some way. Once they hit that flooded water, they fry, basically, and then they fall stuck in the water.
During the peak of the storms, a watch and act warning was issued for much of Greater Sydney, telling people to stay indoors.
Drainage systems could be maintained a little better than what they currently are, and I think that's part of the reason that the flooding's as bad as what it is when it does rain heavily in Sydney.
We do have the flash flooding, which is a result of drains not being cleared by local councils, and we need to ask them to assist us by cleaning out their gutters, which will stop some of these flood rescues occurring.
The state's south was hit at around 6 a.m, bringing hail and strong winds. It forced the closure of several schools in the Riverina.
Ausgrid and Endeavour reported more than 12,000 customers lost power in the Sydney area. Most of them were in the city's west.
By mid-afternoon, the worst of the weather had cleared, but forecasters are warning more thunderstorms are on their way.
The Fiji coalition government has kept to its promise to ensure there is media freedom, and its first step was to repeal the Oppressive Media Industry Development Act. Acting Prime Minister Professor Biman Prasad said while opening the annual Pacific Media Partnership Conference in Suva on Tuesday, where over 120 journalists, editors and media executives are attending. Prasad said the government is criticized for many things, both in mainstream and social media. While some criticism is justified, others he feels is a bit unfair. Fiji's coalition government is committed to the freedom of Fiji's people, including freedom of expression, and will not interfere with the independence of any media organization in the country. Australians discard electronic devices at 3 times the global average, and experts warn the problem could escalate. With Microsoft ending support for an older operating system, millions of devices could soon become obsolete and end up in landfill.
As technology accelerates, so too does Australia's electronic waste problem. Companies like this are trying to save what they can from landfill.
If we absolutely can't refurbish the asset and resell it into our global networks that we have around the world, then we'll recycle the asset.
Australia generates about 500,000 tonnes of e-waste annually. That means each Australian produces about 20 kilograms of e-waste a year, compared with the global average of 7 kilograms. About half is recycled. E-waste is projected to rise nearly 30% by 2030. Microsoft's decision to end support for its Windows 10 operating system in October could add another 240 million PCs to the global scrap heap.
There will be a lot of devices that are not able to run that new version.
Australia alone, that could equate to 12 million kilograms of PCs and assets going into landfill.
Australia does have a mandatory industry-funded scheme for recycling e-waste, but it only covers TVs and computers. The peak body for the recycling industry, ACOR, says the scheme is far from perfect and lacks transparency. It wants urgent action to ensure the producers of all types of electronic products are held responsible for the waste they create. There are also calls for Australia to broaden its right to repair laws. The co-founder of this social enterprise, which collects e-waste, says some companies make it difficult to replace parts.
Technology is constantly turned over and updated, and so there is almost a built-in obsolescence.
A waste problem that could be solved.
You're watching TV1 News. Later in sports, more tours for Junior AFL, and Alec identifies rising stars.
What would you say to 6 months free bonus credit? Wowee! That's right. Get the Wowee 4G LTE smartphone from Digicel and you'll enjoy 35 Kina bonus credit every month for 6 months, plus a whopping 50 gigs of data and 60 minutes free talk for 7 days. Hurry! Get your Wowee 4G LTE smartphone for only 199 Kina at a Digicel store or agent today, and say Wowee to a total of 210 Kina free credit. Only with Digicel.
We've all been through a lot last several years.
But life is all about
family. Family. Family.
I will not answer one more question with my shirt on.
Welcome to Platteville, Thursdays 9:30 on TLC.
Can everybody say Mbula?
Following the 2024 Pacific Break competition, we're celebrating the best musicians from across the region.
We are in for such a room treat tonight.
With a series of live performances from Fiji.
Y'all are amazing.
This week, it's hip-hop sensation Sprigga Mig.
Thank you for having us. Why not? Let's go.
Pacific Break concert, Sprigga Mig.
Kendra's out of our lives. The police arrested her, so I think we'll get some peace back into our lives. We're all starting a new chapter right here. We remain as one big, happy family. We're all gathered here tonight in order to celebrate the return of a person whom we love so much, our dear Lenlen.
Lillian, she's Bethany, the one who took care of Lenlen in Australia. This is Lillian, my future wife.
It's really nice to meet you. Nothing in life is constant. Her anger towards me and Mother.
When you love someone, you'll never give up. You're going to fight.
I'll make it up to you. I'll listen to what you have to say. Sweetheart, please
don't let go of me tonight! If Lenlen doesn't want to talk to you, then you should just stop trying.
I'm always here for you. Don't lose hope, Maggie.
I feel a bit better because you're with me.
You okay?
There's something
Don't touch it! Don't touch it!
Kendra has woken up.
I'm going to get my revenge against each and every one of you.
You're gonna rot in here.
Will the Donnas be able to rebuild their bond and make it strong enough to withstand new challenges? Prima Donnas.
Welcome back. AFL PNG, through its Smart Start New Kick Junior Development Pathway program, continues to progress in its mission to identify and nurture future talent within the country. In partnership with Pacific Oz Sports, AFL PNG is thrilled to announce 6 girls and 8 boys, along with 2 officials, have been selected to attend the AFL Pacific Academy Camp for under-16 females this month and the under-16 males training camp in March 2025.
14 junior PNG AFL players, 8 males and 6 females, will depart for Australia next week to participate in the AFL Pacific Academy Camp for under-16s on the Gold Coast from March 19 to 24, 2025. The selected players will represent PNG along with 2 officials from AFL PNG. This program offers young athletes the chance to enhance their skills while competing against some of the best talents from the Gold Coast Suns and Brisbane Lions academies. At a farewell event hosted by the Australian High Commission on Monday, AFL PNG Talent Academy Manager Prudence Sindriwan announced that the PNG players will join representatives from fellow Pacific Island nations, including Nauru, Fiji and Vanuatu, in the Pacific Cup Challenge against the Gold Coast Suns and the Brisbane Lions.
For the boys and girls, our under-16, so particularly they'll all travel into Australia to join in with the Pacific Island countries, which is Nauru, Fiji, Vanuatu. So they will form the South Pacific Cup and they'll be competing against the Brisbane Lions and Gold Coast Suns.
Sindriwan shared insights on upcoming tours scheduled for this year, which include a trip to Cairns in July and September for the under-14 boys and an under-17 tour in November, culminating with an under-15 tour to the Oceania Cup in December 2025. She noted that selections for these upcoming tours will take place through the New Kick Junior Development Program, transitioning into the Academy Program.
We run the New Kick program. So we get the kids from the New Kick program to participate in the program. So that's where we identify all the talents and that's where we put them in the academy, our academy. So yeah, we train and then make sure they're good to travel for. If they're eligible for everything, then yeah.
With the Smart Start New Kick Schools program yet to commence in April, Prudence expressed excitement about the opportunity to identify more emerging talent to integrate into the academy development pathways. One of the achievements for the New Kick program last year was the under-17 girls, the PNG Kurakums, which claimed victory in the inaugural Pacific AFL Cup. Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
The inaugural Central Rugby League is making strides in both coastal and rural communities across Central Province. Following a successful launch of the Rufina Cup last year, 16 leagues have been established, primarily spanning Abau and Rigo districts, to revive local leagues that have flourished in the past.
The Central Rugby League Board has been tasked with mobilizing these leagues, resulting in their active operation today. This initiative includes the formation of executive committees for each league and the supply of uniforms for match officials. Additional staff remuneration has improved thanks to fundings from the Central Governor's Office. League Chairman Burau said the program has transformed community mindsets.
Thanks to the Governor Blong Central, our hardworking Governor, Madam Honorable Rufina Peter, lo initiative na great support blogan mi go through long at least looking one big senisi come up long rugby league the province. One officials lo one league, at least they have something to in their pocket to bring back to their families with after a hard work lo one day lo rugby league. So one big something mi looking senisi come up lo rugby league lo province.
The competitions, which kicked off in October 2024, are set to run for 12 weeks across 18 villages in the 5 districts. The CRL board has empowered each league to select best players for a chance to compete for the Rufina Cup, which will be played at a centralized venue this year. At the launch last year, Governor Peter made an initial donation of 400,000 kina to help kickstart the leagues, further paving the way for government support aimed at uncovering rural talent from the mountains of Goilala to Amazon Bay in Abau and fostering grassroots rugby league development.
We have a lot of talent back in the villages, untapped talents. The problem that we have over the past years is because when we talk about rugby league of Central Province or development of the code in the province is only centered in Moresby. Therefore, all these talents have not been identified. So a word of thanks goes to the governor for this great initiative, because whatever is supported through a sponsorship has gone down and touched base with all the local leagues.
Chairman Burau announced that all finals were completed successfully after 12 weeks of regular competition, followed by 4 weeks of finals, marking a historic moment for the leagues to witness such an event in their villages. The champions received 5,000 kina along with the Rufina Cup. Burau emphasized that before the district challenge, all leagues must affiliate to the PNG RFL's deadline of February 28, 2025. Once submissions are complete, dates for the district challenge will be finalized. The initiative aims to engage like-minded individuals to revitalize rural leagues, exposing and developing talent into elite players. Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
And that's all we have for sports. Now for the weather forecast. Southern region, Port Moresby, mostly fine then partly cloudy, with possible few showers and thunderstorms. Daru, mostly cloudy, with showers and possible thunderstorms. Omase, Ley, mostly cloudy with showers and possible thunderstorms. Wewak and Vanimo, mostly cloudy with showers and possible thunderstorms. New Guinea Islands, Lorengau and Kimbe, partly cloudy with few showers. Kokopo, Rabaul and Buka, fine then partly cloudy. Highlands, Mount Hagen, partly cloudy with rain showers and thunderstorms. Goroka, Bans, Kundiawa, Mendi, Tari and Wabeg, cloudy with rain showers and possible thunderstorms. Ocean forecast. Coral Sea, seas moderate to rough with west to northwest winds of 20 to 33 knots. Solomon Sea, seas smooth to slight with northeast to northwest winds of 5 to 15 knots. Bismarck Seas, seas slight with northeast winds of 5 to 15 knots. Pacific Ocean, seas slight with northeast to easterly winds of 5 to 15 knots. And coastal waters, waters of southern PNG and Indonesian border to Daru, Hiwai Islands, Kerma and to Yule Island, Hood Point to Samare Islands. Seas 1 to 2.5 meters, rising to 3 meters along warning areas. And waters of Finchafen through Vitius Strait to Siasi and Long Island, to Medang, Wewak to Vanimo and northern PNG and Indonesian border, seas 0.5 to 1.5 meters. And that ends another edition of TV1 News. Thanks for your company. Bye for now.
The TV1 News was proudly brought to you by BSP, our bank, our people.